What's going on? It is Kyle Pizzle. The Giants just got done with their first preseason game of the preseason, defeating the Detroit Lions 14-3. And I got to be honest, I thought this was an absolute perfect preseason game from the Giants. You know, as a lifelong fan, I've watched many preseason games. You always get excited about the first one. Even as as modern day football, we don't get to see a lot of the big name starters. Tonight we got to see some of the new faces, but you kind of know what to expect going into it. But honestly, I thought the Giants played a really perfect, solid preseason game tonight. Well, let me just get down. I mean, let's talk about some of this. First of all, I thought Deontay Johnson looked really good on the defense. Drew Phillips, to me, he looks. You see a rookie come in and they're you can just tell like they're not necessarily always ready to be a pro. Maybe their body isn't developed all the way yet. They could be strong. He looks like he's ready to go now. I mean, there's no question on if he's going to be the starting nickel for the Giants. I'm a big Drew Phillips fan. I have to be honest. I liked what I saw from him tonight. Like I mentioned, Deontay Johnson defensively tonight. The Giants completely shut down the running game. That anything the Lions tried to produce, their quarterbacks did not look comfortable tonight. I thought our secondary guys, some of the young secondary guys that got to play, I thought they looked really well tonight. I thought the defensive line, up and down the roster played really well tonight. We saw these blitz packages that Bowen's not exactly known for, and he was really throwing that out there. And that was very interesting how they were trying to pressure this Detroit Lions offense. But the other thing too that really stood out was the running backs for the Giants. I know there's been a lot of talk about Saquon leaving, and that guys, Eagle fans, Cowboy fans, most notably Eagle fans, because obviously he went to Philadelphia. They have, really given it to us Giant fans about, it's, awful that you guys lost Saquon. You've lost this, you've lost that. I have to be honest. I am really optimistic about the running back room for the Giants. I mean, we already know Singletary's probably the day one starter, right? But, I liked what I saw from Tracy tonight. I'm kind of under the impression that not only is he currently the second running back on the depth chart, I think Tracy has every chance to end up the starter by the end of the season. That's how I feel about him. Eric Gray had a monster run tonight. I thought that Eric Gray really showed what he was capable of, and Turbo Miller. Turbo. Look, I'm not as high on Turbo as some Giant fans are. I think that both him and Eric Gray lack the pass protecting aspect to play in the running back position. Look, there's no question that Turbo, when he has space and a lane to run, there is no question that, man, he's got some speed. He's got some wheels. I mean, is it crazy to think that maybe the Giants keep all four running backs? I mean, am I crazy for thinking that? Because I really think that all four could truly help this team this season. I really believe that. And just to have the depth, I like the variety that this Giants running back room has. I really do. I'm super optimistic about it. Neighbors got some run tonight, but wasn't able to really get any touches. Drew Lock Hopefully, I know it was his first game, first preseason game with the Giants. Hopefully, the Drew Lock QB1 people out there, that kind of got put to rest tonight. Hopefully, because he just did not. He didn't look great, and Tommy came in and Tom DeVito came in to clean it up, and look, I understand that at a certain point you're playing with some backups and you don't know how well everyone's gelling, so I'm not going to hold too much against DeVito. But I really like the totality, how our offensive line competed tonight. I felt like we did some really good things in the running game. Pass protecting is obviously the biggest concern about our team. But I think we've got more depth now on that offensive line based on what we're seeing. How good that really is, how good the whole group is going to be, time will tell, right? But, we got to see some of the other, receivers that are fighting for the spot, for playing time, not just playing time, but to make the team, which I think it's going to be really hard to make the roster as a receiver if you're not among one of the top echelon guys that's on this team. And I have to be honest, I'm a little bit concerned about Daniel Bellinger. I am a little concerned about Bellinger. I don't know if I would go as far as to say that he could get cut, but I don't know, man. Something just seems a little off about Bellinger right now. And, he didn't, I'm a little nervous about what's going on with him. But I'm trying to think. I mean, I just really like the way that the defense really competed. Oh, just how the whole team overall competed tonight to me was, this team has a little bit, so far what I've seen from practices, but this whole week with the joint practices with Lions and this team's got a little bit of an edge to them. This Giants team has got an edge to it that you can see. I mean, you can really see that this is a more physical team. They're not hiding the fact now that Dable's calling plays, which I think can be a good thing. This team has an edge to it. You can really see it. So tonight only gets me more excited about the regular season because I really think that some of these young guys are going to fill in starting spots. For example, I think Drew Phillips is a starter. I think obviously Malik Neighbors is going to be a starter. I think Tracy has a chance to get a lot of play in regular season games. Musau, I thought he played really good tonight. He really was coming at. I was obviously going into this season a little bit concerned about linebacking play. Man, I need to check myself on that. Let me try and think here. I think that's it. I think that's pretty much. I didn't take notes. I should have took notes. But I just really like what I'm seeing from the young guys. I really am. We saw Newman out there tonight, so it just seems like this team. Theo Johnson, obviously we didn't get to see him tonight, but I think he's going to end up being a starter for this team. So there's a lot of these young cats that have came to this team, and that's what I'm trying to tell everybody right now. We don't know who this Giants team really is because there is some new moving parts here that has never been a part of this team. So you're seeing some of these guys tonight. But, man, I'm just happy the Giants are back on the field. I'm happy the season is getting going again. Glad they were able to get a win, even if it's preseason. And so, hopefully they'll carry this and go on with it. Hopefully, Drew Lock is going to be okay. Hopefully, Deontay Johnson's going to be okay. Hopefully, there was no major injuries tonight, and we can keep pushing forward here. And look, if you're a Detroit Lions fan, good luck to you guys the rest of the way. We'll see. Maybe we'll see you on down the road. But appreciate you guys, and that's it for the first preseason game.